Whoa. Natalia was told her new birthday at the orphanage in Ukraine.
She threatened to stab my sons.
I definitely didn't feel safe around Natalia.
You've adopted a kid, and now they're trying to kill you. I mean, it's the stuff of a horror movie.
In 2010, Christine and Michael Barnett adopted Natalia Grace, who they believe was a 6-year-old Ukrainian orphan with a rare bone growth disorder. Natalia may have been 22, and her adoption would then go on to lead to a decade of investigations, trials, and questions. The baffling mystery is the subject of a shocking new 3-part documentary series, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, airing this week on ID. In fact, episode 1 aired last night, 2 tonight, and it'll wrap up tomorrow night. Beth Karas is an attorney and legal expert featured in The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, and she joins me now live more to talk about this case that has twists and turns and really no final resolution as far as I understand. Beth, how did this couple end up adopting a person from Ukraine who may be 6 or maybe an adult?
So Michael and Christine Barnett, who are subjects of this documentary, wanted a daughter. They had 3 sons, and they were willing to adopt a little girl from Haiti in 2010, but then the earthquake happened. So they were disappointed that adoption was called off, and then they got a call out of the blue from this adoption agency in Florida. They were living in Indiana, and they were told they had 24 hours to come down and get this little girl from Ukraine. They knew nothing else. It was like closed adoption. They jumped on a plane, and in 24 hours, they had a daughter, someone they believed to be 6 years old. So she has dwarfism and a disability on top of that, and they were aware of this. They wanted the special needs child, and they were just so excited. But very soon there were signs that Natalia may not have been who they thought she was, and certainly not the age they thought she was.
Where did it go wrong? What signs are you referring to?
Well, very early, before they even left the state of Florida, the mother, Christine, gave their new daughter, she was very small, a bath. And she was quite developed, below the waist, should we say. And she had pubic hair. And so that was strange to them, a 6-year-old. So they're like, well, what is going on here? She's not 6 years old, but how old is she? That started them on this odyssey of 2 years before they had her re-aged from what they thought at the time was 8, because they got her at 6, 2 years later, 8. They have her re-aged, and a judge determined that she was 22.
And beyond just the physical signs, she also, according to mom and dad, became violent and tried to kill them?
Oh, yes. There were all sorts of allegations of things happening in the house. Hoarding knives underneath her bed, trying to poison mom by putting pledge or some kind of cleaning substance in her coffee. Michael says he woke up in the middle of the night once in the master bedroom to find Natalia in their bedrooms, just standing in the room with a knife in her hand. He found her another night just standing in her own room with a knife, and he said, "What are you doing?" And she said, waiting for you to go to sleep, basically, so she could kill them. She wrote about how she fantasized killing their sons and dragging them under the porch, burying them there. So she definitely had some behavioral problems. I mean, she would terrorize their 6-year-old son, who was presumably the same age, in the back seat of the car. She would poop in her pants and then put her hand in it and rub it on him, according to the family. So she did just really annoying things, but also, according to the Barnetts, dangerous, very dangerous, these threats to kill and hoarding the knives.
We have probably about a minute left, but so then the Barnetts then put her in her own apartment to sort of get her out of the house, and then that's where police got involved in a potential case of child abuse and neglect, right?
Yes. So after she gets re-aged, they get her an apartment not far from where they live, but she was acting out there, like coming on to men sexually and walking into neighbors' apartments and just sort of there were a lot of complaints about her. She wasn't violent, but she made people uncomfortable. So that lease wasn't renewed, and then they moved her to a second apartment. And that second apartment in a different county, that's where the authorities got involved and started investigating and saying, what is going on here? This is a person who's neglected regardless of her age because she has a disability and she wasn't living in an apartment that was modified for her. and she just didn't have coping skills for life.
Well, we know that the parents, the Barnetts, have since divorced, and they are not tied to her anymore. Is the legal part of this over with, Beth?
I do believe the legal part, well, the criminal part is over. I don't know if there's anything more that's what's going to happen, but there may be some small things that will pop up. But she's okay today. You know, whether she's 19 or 34, well, you know, she's stable today.
Well, part 2 of the doc series airs tonight. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, airing right now on ID. You can catch part 3 tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Beth Karas, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.
My pleasure.